I was gonna schedule this out, but I accidentally hit the live button, so now we're live. Give me a minute. Let me get everything set up. Well, it's not much I need to do. I think I'm already set up. Oh yeah, let's begin. Well, I didn't get to post this on Patreon or nothing. All right, I gotta turn my light on. Give me a second. Not that one. All right, I think this is it. That's too strong. No. I was in the middle of doing this and accidentally hit live, so I went live early. But it's all good. It's all good. No. Let us discuss. Let's talk. So this is Ask Me Anything, our regular Saturday program where we discuss Igbo spirituality, culture, and cosmology. I'm, of course, Derek Father-in-law here with the Medicine Shell. And I'm here for an Ask Me Anything. Where's the link here? I got to post this on Patreon. Share. I feel like if I click it, if I try, all right, we'll just write it out the way it is. And there will no. There will. You guys will have to find me, okay? How about that? Scotty says hi. And there will Scotty, good seeing you. Kofo, good seeing you. What realms of Oganigwe are there? Realms of knowledge? Okay, Game of Life. We're gonna answer questions once we get 15 people in the chat. There is a link I wanted to attach to this particular. You guys can't tell I'm very tired. I was trying to finish up the video all last night. There. Hey, coffee, cakes, and conversation. Okay, we're elevating the game. Very nice seeing you. I gotta get something, guys. I wasn't supposed to go live right now. I was gonna give myself like 15 more minutes or so. I didn't give myself 15 more minutes or so, and then but then I accidentally hit the button. But so give me just 1 second. I gotta grab something. Once we get to 15, we'll begin to Ask Me Anything. Well, these kind of mistakes used to stress me out back in the day. So. Now realizing I was wasting cortisol. So as long as we are good and are in good health and nobody is being harmed or disrespected, then everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen. There will. All right, so I am trying to find the link to my most recent video. For those of you who don't know, so for a couple of months I haven't made an official video on the Medicine Shell, and I just dropped one today. It is Ritual Explained. Ritual Explained. I'm trying to post the link in this, there we go. I'm trying to post the link in this chat. Hold on, I think I have to turn the volume off. Once we get to 15 people, I'm going to go ahead and begin. You guys are coming in here a little faster than I anticipated. So it's all good. That's a great problem to have though. And there will. All right. So okay. New. I'll put it in little parentheses. New. Ritual Explained. There. So if you guys haven't checked out my latest video, just open it. Maybe you can listen to this on the way to bed, though this one might give nightmares. Pin message. There. Okay, so my newest video is Ritual. Oh, damn, 21 people. He said. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. So I'll explain my video after we break Audrey. Sir, would you fight 1,000 bees or 3 gorillas? We're getting there. All right. So let us begin. I'm going to begin by breaking Audrey, by greeting everything it takes to make this moment possible, by greeting those that brought us here, our creator, our earth, our sky, and our ancestors. And then I will manifest the things that we are looking for during this live. Now, I myself don't have anything in mind, so we'll see where my chi takes it, okay? Kaibido. Okikekere ụwa. Ala ala nne mmadụ na nne mmụọ, ala na-enye ndụ na-enye nke ọma dị n'ụwa, ala nwere obi ọma, ala mụrụ nne mmadụ na amụ mmụọ. Ụmụ gị abịala. Eji m ọjị n'aka na-ekele ụmụ ndị eke, ndị orie, ndị afọ na ndị nkwọ. Jikwa ọjị na-ekele ndị mgbu na ndị egede, ndị mmadụ na ndị mmụọ. Jikwa ọjị na-ekele mmụọ na-esoro anyị na mmụọ anyị ga-afụ ebe anyị na-aga. Mana ije anyị na-aga bụ ije Chineke kere ka anyị gaa n'ụwa. Anyị ji obi aga, anyị ji ikenga aga, anyị ji ọmụmụ ụwa aga, anyị ji akọ aga, anyị ji uche aga. N'ụzọ anyị ga-afụ akụ, anyị ga-afụ ụba, anyị ga-afụ uche, anyị ga-afụ nke ọbụla Chineke dumere ka anyị ghọta n'ụwa. Merekwe na mmụọ otu anyị na-eme na mmadụ, ichie na ọkpụ, anyị ji ọjị na-ekele gị, anyị ji aka ọcha na-ekele gị, anyị ji obi ọcha na-ekele gị, mana otu unu dị bụ otu anyị ga-abụ, mana anyị bụ otu. Otu a ka ọ ka dị n'eke, n'orie, n'afọ, na nkwọ. Ise. All right, ise. Let us go ahead and begin. Oh, there's a message held for review. Maybe it's a person asked me about the gorillas and the bees. Okay, this person says a gorilla's penis is only 3 inches. I'll show that. That's fine. We're here to learn, right? No. Whoever the moderator is, let him talk about the gorilla. All right, let's go. Okay, yeah, not whoever the Udochi. I appreciate you being on sniper mode, but it's cool. Let it rock. All right, Kaibido, let us begin. So this is Ask Me Anything. You come with the questions, I answer. So I'm going to begin with what are the realms of Oganigwe? Are there realms of knowledge like the secrets of the universe? I kind of don't understand your question. Oganigwe is astral projection, right? Moving through the sky, right? Oganigwe. So as far as there being realms, I don't think I've ever astral projected, so I don't really have an answer for that. But I have not heard that there are realms either. I just know that you can move from one space to another, and that's what you are seeing. So for example, my vicinity, your vicinity, there is more to be seen once you're looking with your Oseara, which is your spiritual eye. So if you're performing Igon Mo or you're performing Oganigwe, an individual based on your level and ability may be able to see things that are not ordinarily seen. So I don't know if there's different realms like layers, but I know that there's more to see in an immediate reality than the 2 immediate eyes see. And then once you're able to see with the Oseara, those other things become more obvious and reveal themselves. Thank you though. Hello, how are you? I'm doing good. I am very tired. I was up all night last night finishing this recent video I made. For those who don't know, I just dropped a video called Ritual Explained. A lot of you guys just know the channel for the lives, which is fine, but I make like short form documentaries. I mean, are they short form? I make documentaries on Igbo spirituality, culture, and cosmology. And the most recent video is called Ritual Explained. So I actually tagged it up there. Or it's the link that's tagged up there. And yeah, like I said, I was up all night finishing it up, if you can't see it in my face. And then after doing this, I went to celebrate by going fishing, and my fishing rod broke. My fishing rod broke, so I just read a book by the water, but I needed it. Hey, sis, Siberia, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. Udo. Thank you, one. I'll get to it in a second, though. I still have to figure out a little thing to do when people donate. And I'm overthinking it, so that's what's taking so long. Okay, so I already answered that. What is Ezumezu? Do you have a video? I do not have a video on Ezumezu next, but I'm going to put up a vote on Patreon to see what video you guys want to see next. And I'm going off of the comments you guys have been leaving in the video. So what questions are you asking in the videos? Questions are you asking in the comments? I look at like the last 5, 6 videos, and then I'll put the ones that you guys are asking about up for vote on, and the patrons in the village will pick what I'm gonna do next. So I already have pieces of a video about Chuku ready. But if we want to do a different topic, then that's fine too. But yeah, Ezumezu, I need to do a video on Ezumezu soon. I actually think that one's going to be on up for vote. But your Ezumezu, like, all right, so if you could imagine yourself as a solar system, right? Earlier I said that with your two common eyes, you can see parts of a person, but there's more to be seen than what you approach with your immediate eye. So your Ezumezu is that same person, but only this time it's all there is to be seen about that person, all there is to be unseen about that person, all there is, all there ever will be. It is a person as a galaxy. Imagine you as a galaxy. Imagine you as a solar system with your chi in the middle and everything it takes to make you orbiting around your chi, sourcing from your chi, being balanced by your chi, being guided by your chi, and so forth. And so the Ezumezu is the full self. The Ezumezu literally says the face that knows the face, right? So Ezumezu is depicted usually as a multi-headed spirit, but it is your four faces, they call it. It is you in it's your full four-face body. Um, that is the Ezumezu. It's the full, complete, total you. So it is you, it is your ancestors, it is your chi, it is your agon, it is your abo. It is everything that comes into creation with you. It is your akaraka, your destiny, everything. It's just you as an entire world, right? You as an entire MCU, cinematic universe, right? Them 18 people. Wow, yeah, people came in fast. I really appreciate that. Caught me off guard though. I'm still trying to wake up. I was actually gonna make coffee for myself, but it didn't happen. All right, sir. Would you fight 1,000 bees or 3 gorillas? I would fight 1,000 bees because I feel like the type of pain bees would inflict, you would adapt to. You'd actually get used to after a while, unless you're allergic to it. So yeah, I would fight 1,000 bees, and I also feel like you can eventually figure out something that kills all the bees. But if one gorilla is mad enough, you're done. It's over. So yeah, yeah, 1,000 bees easily, easily. You can wear a suit for 1,000 bees. You can't wear no suit for 1,000 gorillas, right? Oh, never mind. I'm very concerned about Igbo hate going on. Why? I don't understand it. Kofo, is it like anything new, or is it just the just the normal the normal course, you know? Every group has its haters. That's just what it is, right? Every group has its haters. They're always gonna exist. That's just what it is, you know. Um, Nothing specific is going on. The I don't. I'm too tired to get. I don't want to get into all this. Nothing specific is going on. This is just what Nigeria is, right? It's just what Nigeria is. But yeah, a lot of, a lot of people, Igbo people stress out a lot of people, right? That's what it is. They stress out a lot of people, not because they're doing anything bad. Girl, okay. You said, do you think there could be more than 7 rings of moi? Oh, that's such a good question. Um, do I think there could be more? I could imagine a reality where there would be more, but if you know the pattern, you know it's four and then the four repeats itself. So I would be curious to know if there's possibly 16, because there's an Ilu that says, wow. I can't, I'm so tired. We're in the world of twos, right? We're in the world of twos. Everything manifests as two. And so if the initial manifests as seven, arguably eight, um, then there's a chance it may actually manifest as 16 that we don't even know about, or maybe that I don't know about. Which would make sense because Alpha uses 16 nodes, right? Alpha uses 16 nodes, so that makes sense. Yeah, that'd be interesting to imagine. I would, but I feel like everything is already covered by the initial. Okay. Adema. Wombat poop comes out in cubes. Yeah, it's interesting that how some animals will like poop and their poop will just be like these random shapes. Like goats, the little balls. I like that's like it's very interesting. Like I mean, it's not interesting. It's like goat shit, you know. But it's like, why is it that shape? Just that kind of thing. But wombats being, all those Australian animals. There's nothing you can tell me about an Australian animal, and I'll be like, oh, okay, wow, that's weird. Like, I'm surprised it doesn't come out as like ice cream. Japan's in the house. Udo one Udo. Luke, quick question. No disrespect. How do you know that? Not ritual related, but no, it's so my most recent video is called Ritual Explained. So I just put that in the title. Hey, let's talk about it in case anybody has any questions about any or comments or anything about the video that I just recently dropped this morning. Make sure to check it out because it's the reason I look like this. But yeah, it's a really good video. Luke, quick question. Okay, I already read that one. Ritual related. If a DBS suggests you will be doing many things with the cola. Oh, okay. If a DBS suggests you'll be doing many things with cola, what does that mean? Okay, so in order for you to do anything with the cola, you must be an upright person, you must be an honest person, you must be a leader, you must be the person who um, the creator has the faith in to represent not just you but your ancestors and all of creation that comes together to make you. So if somebody told you that, especially somebody as awake and knowing as a dibia, that you will be doing many things with cola, maybe Afa said this, maybe just the dibia saw something. But if they're telling you that, it just means you're going to be, from my interpretation, you're going to be a very great person, and you have akangumoto, which is the upright hand. You have the upright hand. So a lot of things are going to be put on your hands that cannot be placed in other people's hands because they can't handle it. But you can. Anybody want to translate this Japanese guy? Message held for review. Okay, more Japanese. Okay. Yeah, we can show that. Hiya, do you think Hey Shanita, how you doing? Shanita, I still owe you an answer, so Odoma. Do you think that Obi Chiku could be a reference to a black hole? I asked because I watched a video that mentioned the possibility of the entire universe existing within a black hole. I think you've reached a level of physics that I myself don't know. So I don't know. I absolutely, whatever the source, this is the thing about Igbo cosmology. Obi Chukwu is the source, right? The source, whatever it is that we all came from, right? So even within Odinani, not everybody, but a lot of people have their different theories of what that is, right? Some people have a more scientific leaning, like, okay, it's like you said, like a black hole, Big Bang, all these different things. Some people lean more towards like a kind of more religious imagination thing, like kind of like a palace or something like that. It's just Obi Chukwu, like the name Obi Chukwu is a title. Obi, where it lives. Chi, we know what a chi is. I think we know what a chi is. Uku, the big chi, the main chi, the original chi, the one the chi of everything, right? So where the chi of everything lives. So if we figure out that it's a black hole, then yeah, that's Obi Chukwu. But Obi Chukwu is a title. Obi Chukwu is a title. And if we understand that, then I think it'll make the idea a lot more clear, right? So like, for example, now my heart is my Obi, right? But also where I live, specifically where I live is my Obi, but then within where I live, where my sacred space is my Obi, right? An altar, another name for an altar is an Obi, right? So as you see, Obi is a title and it references the role something plays. So it's wherever the source of all these things live. However your cosmic imagination frames it. But if it all started from a black hole and it all exists within a black hole and it was all designed within a black hole, and the black hole is the source of sentience and awareness and knowledge and life, then absolutely, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'd be interested in knowing more about that, but my physics knowledge is like I'm decent. Like I'm as decent as a guy that watches YouTube videos, but I can't go too far into it. Oh, damn. Hi, I hope you're well. Ah, Bree, well, hey, how are you doing? How are you doing? I saw your comments on the most recent video. Appreciate you for watching it. Hope you have a wonderful day today. Damn, everybody's nice today. I don't, man, you guys, I don't. You guys are really I'm feeling a lot of love in the chat today, so thank you guys for being who you are. That's awesome. Hey, gentlemen, youth, Thomas, Christian boss, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you have a wonderful day as well. I have been having a very wonderful day. I finally released a video after a long hiatus. I finally feel like parts of I moved. I recently moved, and so when you move, you have to your spirit has to start playing your song again. So I feel like I'm there again, even though I don't look like it. I'm really tired, that kind of thing. There's also something I'm doing on a personal health level that's working very well for me. So, but I don't want to share. It's a little personal. You say there are sky realms. Okay, you say there are sky realms, and Oganigwe are realms of higher self. Okay. I don't know if I've ever said there was sky realms. I don't think I ever said that. Just I know there's the sky and the universe and all that stuff. I've never said there's sky realms though. Maybe someone else did. I have never said there are sky realms. And then there's Obi Chiku, of course. So if you want to call that a sky realm, fine. Odinala are rituals customized to the individual or general or both. JD Bailey, that is a dope question. Okay, so let me break down the distinction. So Odinala, right? Odinala says, as it is on the land. Odinala is the cosmology, is the observation, is the fact finding, is the reality, right? And then Omenala with an M, Omenala. I tend to use Odinala. They're interchangeable, by the way. You'll hear people use them it's not a big deal. So Omenala, right? Omenala is as you do on the land. So based off of Odinala, we develop Omenala, right? Based on our knowledge of the land, we develop Omenala. Based on our knowledge of our ancestors, we develop Omenala. And through that, we create a set of rituals. We create a ritual that allows us to coexist in peace with all of our forces and to actualize what we wish to actualize on our time in this form in the world. And so that is Omenala. And then Omenala, as you're doing Omenala, more Odinala is revealed. Those of you who have learned how to break Oji, those of you who have learned how to any spiritual practice, you'll understand what I mean by that. The more you do it, the more is revealed. Some people have a lot revealed to them by doing ancestral dances. Some have a lot revealed to them by walking, so on and so forth. It can be anything, right? But our rituals customized for the individual. So yeah, Omenala. When you hear the phrase Omenala, it's typically a group culture. It is a group culture. Omenala is a group culture. So Omenala gets translated in English as culture, just like culture. If you want to be technical, you can also say religion is Omenala, and so forth, right? It is just like actions done with cosmic awareness. I think that's a cosmically aware culture, right? Or the infusion of cosmic awareness into culture, into behavior, right? And so that because Igbo culture is structured that way, every single thing is tied back to spirit. Every single thing. So oftentimes I'll use this phrase, and I'm only using this phrase because I'm speaking English. I'll say something is like a sacred this or a divine this, but in reality, all of it is sacred and all of it is divine. One of the things that I appreciate about the African worldview is that that's unique, I think, in the African worldview is that the divine is not the minority, right? The sacred is not hard to find. The sacred is what's abundant, okay? The sacred is what's abundant, right? So sand is sacred. Trees are sacred. Everything's people are sacred, right? It's not just like this is the sacred stone, or this is the sacred temple, or this, it's all of it, all of it, all of it, right? So the sacred is not hard to find. It's everywhere. And so when you understand that, you'll understand that Omenala is it's all, I mean, it's all tied back to the spirituality. Um, which is great for me because I love doing what I do, and I love teaching Igbo spirituality. And it also, because I'm teaching, because it's all infused, I can talk about anything. The food is has a cosmic awareness in it, right? The way you shake somebody's hand, all these different things, all of it has a cosmic awareness in it. Just all these little details. If you watch my videos, I think you'll see that I get a chance to mention all these little random things that are all, it's like, okay, that's why it's actually done, because Omenala is based off of Odinala, and then Omenala creates more Odinala, or reveals more Odinala. Thank you so much for that. Siberia, thank you, because you're wise as F. I appreciate you, Siberia. Igade, Igeto, Gobla iti aka gade n'ụwa, ọ ga-adị otu a na-eke n'urie n'afọ na nkwọ. Ise, thank you, Siberia. I appreciate that. Rasan. Hey, Rasan, what's going on? What's going on, man? Always like seeing your name here. What's an African book you've read that gets the weirdest, dumbest Western interpretations? Thank you for this question. All right, yo. Well, it's got to be the godfather of misinterpreted, and that's Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart has the craziest Western interpretations, but I commend anybody who makes the effort. It's not a complicated book. One, Things Fall Apart is not a book about Igbo culture, right? It's not a book about Igbo culture. It's not, it's like say Huckleberry Finn is not a book about American culture. It's just an Igbo person is in the book. It's about the interpersonal relationships of this specific character and the life story, or the segment of this character's life. Anytime, it's funny because me and Chat GPT got in a big ass fight. Got in a big ass fight. I'm writing a what is it? Fiction book. I'm writing a fiction book right now. And I'll post, like, I'll write a piece and I'll send it to Chat GPT and be like, okay, was this clear? Because again, I'm talking about a different culture. And so I was like, is this easy to understand? What's the reading level of this? Okay, good. Because I want to make sure everything's like clear and easy to understand, but like without compromising the integrity of the book and so forth. And everything was, oh, the culture, the culture, the culture. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, hold on. And so I posted what was the thing? It was some 1989, that book about like the what's that 1989 book where like the government takes over some shit. I posted like a, I was like, okay, what's going on here? And then it's like it doesn't say the word culture one time. It never says one time. Like, this is the most American mentality ass book I've ever seen in my life. You didn't say culture once. I'm writing about two people sitting down having a conversation about their former friend, and you're talking about the culture just because you saw the names, right? So yeah. Anyways, back to it. Things Fall Apart is not a book about Igbo culture. It's about about an Igbo man and a particular thing in his life. Another thing that gets misinterpreted about Things Fall Apart is that people think Okonkwo is like supposed to be like some like blank avatar for like a normal Igbo man, right? Okonkwo, the character, is supposed to be some blank avatar for like, oh, that this is how it was. And people do this interpretation at home. Oh, in the past, this is how it was when it was, And it's like, this book is specifically about a guy with a bunch of complexes, right? It's The Sopranos. It's about a guy with a bunch of complexes trying to exist in his world, and having those complexes challenged as he encounters these different things. Anything African, like once they see them names, everybody's head just goes into who knows where, and they just start into everything's about the culture, the culture, the culture, it's like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I'm sorry to think the word culture is the N word. I'm sorry to think the word culture is the N word. I'm really starting to think that shit's the N word, but it's one of them sneaky N words, them crypto N words. Talk about the culture, the culture. Yeah, Things Fall Apart is not about Igbo culture. It's about Okonkwo. It's about Okonkwo. Read the damn book, all right? So yeah, that's one of the ones that gets interpreted in a very funny way. Everybody thinks it's like everybody thinks it's a work of like anthropology. Once you're writing from an African lens, all of a sudden you're like a damn anthropologist. It's an archaeological project or something, right? Or yeah, like it's like a journal on history or a journal on like it's like national. He just turns into fucking National Geographic in people's head, you know. But whatever. If you guys, hey, you're missing out on good stuff if that's how you want to think. I lose nothing. I'm sure Chinua Achebe lived a comfortable life. Is there a concept of Kundalini? Okay, wait. I'm gonna get to that one because that's a really good question. Uh, what is a book? Okay. I watched your video. It made me make connections between spirits and rich spirituals and rituals. He say. I'll do more. Is there a concept of Kundalini in Odinani? I'm gonna give you guys a secret. Kundalini is Akko. Kundalini is Akko. So you guys hear me talk about Akko Nuche. Kundalini is Akko. It is wisdom from the mother, the Python wisdom that travels up to its place. Uche, Abia, travels down to its place. So Kundalini is Akko. Everything I've seen about Kundalini is Akko, right? Now, one of the reasons I hesitate to make these connections, though I'm chilling out a little bit, I trust you guys, is that sometimes when you tell somebody that Udara is African star apple, they just start calling it African star apple. And it's like, bro, that's an Udara. Stop that, you know? So, you know what I mean? Kundalini is alcohol, but we're going to call it alcohol. Okay, all right, we're going to call it alcohol. I'll do more. People are just so eager to get the fuck out of the African shit, you know? Ah, shit. Do DBS do specialized rituals based on Odinala? Are rituals customized to the individual, just general or both? Let me read that again. Do DBS do specialized rituals based on Odinala? Okay. Yeah. Are they customized to the individual, general, both? Yeah. So rituals are typically customized to the situation. Rituals are customized to the situation. A DBA is a problem solver first and foremost. So whatever the issue is, the DBA can find the medicine and the ritual necessary to cure or service the issue. Oftentimes, because people are often afflicted with the same things over and over, or comment like, you know, like let's look at just like any other medical practice, you know. Okay, it's winter, everybody's gonna get the flu, right? So you know, you go to the person, they give you a thing for the flu, you go to the other person, you give it to after a while, it's like, okay, I know what to do when these flu people come up. So a lot of times you don't need to customize too much because odds are you've encountered this before. Or if you haven't encountered this before, your mentor has encountered it before. But if you have not encountered it before, then it leaves the space open for you to formulate an effective ritual for dealing with the issue. And I say effective. Effective is very important because Odinala is confirmed by experience, right? So it is based on reality, confirmed by experience. So if a DBA gives you a ritual and it doesn't work, then that's just what it is, right? That's just what it is. Don't go to that DBA anymore, right? The DBAs that survive into old age in their craft and so forth are the ones that have consistently proven that what they do works. And that's how the system is. That's how the system always has been, right? There's an Ilu that says a good name. A good name is the oil a Dibia uses to swallow to swallow Gary or something like that. A good name is the oil a Dibia uses to swallow Gary, something along those lines, right? Meaning that, oh, and then there's another one that says, if you take a Dibia's good name from them, you've killed them, right? And so the ritual can be standardized, it can be customized. The main thing is, does it work, right? And I think it works. The DBA's name is good. If it doesn't work after a while, hey, no, he's tripping, don't go over there, that kind of thing. I say that to say there's no obligation of belief as far as Odinani goes, right? There's no obligation of belief. It's not like you just have to believe this shit or you're going to go to Igbo hell, right? If I tell you something, it's the onus is on me to prove it to you, right? Odema. Do DBS? Okay, cool. The ritual video is genius. Oh, thank you, Udochi. Udochi, you and I tend to like the same kind of videos. Yeah, this is one of the videos of I usually don't watch my videos over again. And this is, I've watched this one 3 times now, which just sounds, I don't do that. Like once I make it, I do not go back. Some people are like, oh, which video did you say this? And I was like, oh, I don't remember. But yeah, I've watched this one like 3 times now, but I tend to like very specific videos and that kind of thing. So, bro, what the fuck is what the L? Sorry, WTF is this? Oh, this is that spot, boy. Take a seat. This is the spot, boy. Um, are certain rituals done at certain times of the day? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, different times. So I was talking about this in the video. So if you guys haven't seen it, my most recent video is Rituals Explained. Very useful video, very useful video. I almost want to say that if you guys are interested in the traditional medicine class that we do, I think this is a good video to watch to kind of get you ready, right? Because it's like a real, like, beginning of the step type of thing, right? So as I was saying, but different times of the day give their different resonance, right? Different, you'll notice I did not break my algae today. I did not break my algae today because it has come to my knowledge that you do not break algae at night, right? You don't break algae at night. Just different things like that. So, but you can touch it and break it in the morning, um, and that kind of thing. But then there are certain things you only do at night, right? Excuse me, right? So yeah, different times of the day have their different all events in time have their what they mean. They have a meaning behind them. Like morning is morning, but morning also has a meaning, right? Morning also has a meaning. And according to based on the meaning of morning, you then incorporate it into ritual if that meaning is necessary for what you're trying to actualize or do or be and so forth. Only one God, Allah. Well, you tell that to Allah's wife. Scotty Collins says thank you. Ademma. Uh, tu, 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 tu. African. Hey, don't explain. If somebody comes in here talking about Allah's goofy ass. But anyway, you don't even explain nothing to him. You don't even explain it. He just his little fucking chip went off and he started just saying nonsense. And then you don't even explain. Like, what are you doing explaining? Oh no, they worship it. We don't have anything to do with that. We have nothing to do with that, right? We have nothing to do, and they have nothing to do with that. When I say Chuku has nothing to do with Allah. Chuku has nothing to do with Allah. If Allah exists, then Allah comes from Chuku. You understand? Chuku has nothing to do with Allah. No, you don't explain nothing, man. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're like Allah. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. I'm sleepy, y'all. I'm sorry to anybody who doesn't want to hear rude language. Not to that jackass, you know. I'm out here trolling for real. That's what's up. All right, I'm out here trolling for real. Do you want to talk some shit on that on you? Hey, convict, man, if you want to troll, you have to make your sentences make sense, man. But I appreciate you for being upfront about your intentions. Uh-oh, I didn't bring my charger. I'm gonna have to run and grab my charger. Would you ever try live streaming on other platforms like TikTok and Twitch? Yeah, I'd be interested in doing it. I don't see the point of doing it there if I'm doing it here, but yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I'll eventually probably do it once I see why, you know. All right, so I see a good question about Udide. I can't talk. I'm going to run and grab my charger because I'm pretty sure this thing's about to, yeah, 10%. All right, I got to run grab my charger. Uh, Give me a second. They're talking about Allah. all your life, Moo. All right. All right, we just saved the day. All right, let's keep going. All right, live stream on other platforms. Yeah, yeah. Once I figure out like what's going on over there, then sure. I post on TikTok, but Palantir bought the company, and it's just like it's been very negative propaganda ever since. I kind of leave that app alone. Hold on. Is Udide to Ogodokomosu what Ekwensu is to the market? Oh, very cool, very cool. And if that is true, is your ete similar to your market day? Ah, she's getting there. Your market day in the same way. I hope that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And you said something very profound and very true. So Udide has two faces. Because funny enough, a member of the village, our Patreon community, I can't breathe. I need to do cardio. Pointed this out for me, and he said that Udide is Agon. Udide is Agon, right? And so, and it made every single thing. It was he was 100% correct. And so Udide has two heads, and Udide has the male head and the female head. So the male head is the same thing as Ekwensu. So that's the correlation where the female head is making the web, the male head is keeping the mission, if that makes sense. And so same thing with the market, right? The Ekwensu is the keeper, is the keeper, and so forth. So yeah, that was damn good observation. It's the same thing, just different places. Well done. Fighting between Igbos and Yoruba. That's not a big deal. That's not that's not a big deal. That's called traditional fighting. It's just they just like to yap. It's no big deal. I'll do more. Um, the two groups tend to see each other as rivals. Okay, so it's just like two sports teams going back and forth, right? That kind of thing. In Ifa, they have a concept called Yami, which is kind of like the primordial divine feminine. Interesting. Um, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I can't think. Primordial divine feminine that communicates via birds. Interesting. Is there an Igbo equivalent? Yeah, the primordial divine feminine, as far as Odinani goes, is Ne Chuku, Ne Chuku, Ne Chuku. She also goes by the names Wa, UWA, which means universe. She goes by Komosu, Komosu. She goes by Nete, Neete, NNE space ETE. She goes by. Why can't I think of the Udu, the dark one? But yeah, so those are some of the names she goes by. But yeah, it's the same thing. I don't know too much about her communicating with birds. The feminine communicates with things from the ground. So think about like pythons, uh, crocodiles, things like that. The feminine communicates from the ground up, and so forth. So a bit more. But birds. I mean, if somebody points that out to me, I wouldn't be surprised. A bit more. I totally saw a parallel between rituals and our current smartphone culture. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, current smartphone culture, symbols, repetition, all used and asked to keep spirit of addiction alive. So I was playing with Afa, right? And I've been debating going back to school for a while because sincerely there's absolutely no reason for me to do it. But it was something that I struggled with when I was younger, and I feel that I've grown now and I want to give it another try, but there's no logical reason for me to do it. I have no reason on earth to do it. I'm not looking for a job from anybody. Like I don't, okay, piece of paper, big deal, that kind of thing. So I asked Afa, right? I asked Afa. I've been learning divination, and Afa told me that there was a specific problem I needed to deal with first, and it was like pinpoint accurate. And I wasn't even thinking about it. I went back and I was like, that was getting in the way, right? And a big part of it is going to require me not using social media, right? So I'm trying to figure out how to reconcile it with what I do now. Because there's no social media platform that like I derive joy from except like YouTube. Like I don't like, I'll go on TikTok and Instagram, but it just looks like a bunch of noise and chaos, negative chaos. And so yeah, so I might be doing one of them detoxes, but I have to figure out how to reconcile it with what I already do. Um, all my skill sets require screen, or most of my skill sets require screens, so it's a little harder for me. But I don't really use this thing recreationally anymore. I'll do my, but yes, 100%. Ritual is used everywhere. Ritual creates reality. Ritual creates reality. Does Odinani explain why we experience amnesia after spiritual travel? If Odinani does, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But that's a really, Scotty, that's a good ass question. That's a really good question. So if you ever find the answer, throw it back and let me know. Pause. And I'm just kidding. If you ever get the answer, throw it back and let me know. But I don't know. I don't know. I didn't mind. Ogechi, Ogechi. I can't even sing. I think you know the song I'm talking about, but I don't even remember how it goes anymore. As you just posted a new moon ritual, would it be okay to do it on any day? Also, will you post a full moon ritual? Um, as the eclipse, there's an eclipse next week? Okay, I didn't even know. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Um, yeah, I can find a full moon ritual and share it. So what Ogechi is saying is that on Patreon today, I posted a new moon ritual. Ogechi, I'll answer your question. Give me a second. Um, uh, I posted a new moon ritual, and this particular new moon ritual is just you making your declarations for what the coming moon is going to be. You're clearing your path. You're putting it on the crossroads so that you assure that as you pass the different forces in the world, they come in peace. You come in peace. You get what you need, and you go. It is also to assure coexistence with your forces and to repel the negative that is on trajectory to be on your road coming towards you, repel negative energy. And so I posted that today. I actually mentioned it on the most recent video I posted. Hey, I posted a new ritual. I'm going to start doing that more often on Patreon. So if you guys are interested in the different rituals and things like that, which is something I've been learning a lot more now. Yeah, just join patreon.com/the medicine show. I'll be posting them very regularly or fairly. I'll see the pace I can learn at. Um, but yeah, I'll get you. I think a new moon, full moon one would be a good idea. I don't know one right now. I don't know one right now. So my Odinani is very simple, right? I visit my altar, I do my thing, so but I do know that the rituals are very beneficial. Um, and so I want to share them. But yeah, okay, that's a good idea. I'll look into it. I've been working on charting out the correlations in Odinani, and I definitely think it could go up to 16. Reticulating spot spleens. I've been saying spines this whole time. Reticulating You know what? I would have blamed it on being tired. But reticulating, yeah, I don't doubt you can. Honestly, I never thought about it, but once you said it, I started seeing the logic. It makes sense. You see that Alpha goes into is has 16 nodes. If something manifests as seven. Well, it's seven, but it's really eight because there's one that can come from Chuku, which is Abia. So let's say it's complete and you have eight, then it could really then manifest into 16. There's a possibility of manifesting into 16. And then now we're talking about an entire realm that I'm probably not aware of at the moment. So yeah, that's really powerful. That makes sense. If you can share your theory, like how you charted it, like how you got there, I'd be dope. I would love to hear it. I'll do my damn 38 people in here. I'll do my Igbo Nation says, "How are you, King?" Igbo Nation, Dalu one there. I'm good. I'm good. I'm very tired. I'm gonna try to make this live as engaging and insightful as possible. But if I fall asleep in the middle of it, just that's just what it's gonna be. I was up last night finishing my most recent video, which is Ritual Explained. So because of the suffering, y'all gotta go watch it. I'll do more. Unless you don't intend to watch it, because I don't want to mess up my view time. So if you're ready to sit down for an hour or wash your dishes for an hour or listen to it on your way to sleep, then cool. If you just want to click it and leave, do not fucking click it. Thank you. Ademba. All right, Scotty. Okay. Like the four market days in Igbo spirituality, is there symbolism in different? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. In the different directions, absolutely. The directions correlate with a different market day, and so the directions then inherit a lot of the things that exist in that house. So I'm trying to remember off top. Eke is east, Urie is west, Afo is south, Nkwo is north. And here's the thing, I might be reversing Afo and Nkwo, but the most concrete, like the ones that like in my own living and like growing up in the culture, the ones that you just that matter are Eke East, Urie West. Eke East, Urie West. That's the big ones that matter. So yeah, the directions inherit their given attributes. If in a ritual there's a part where you face east, there's a reason you're facing east, right? East is Eke. Eke is creation. Eke is creation. Eke is light. Eke is light, right? That's why in a lot of Abrahamic religions face east, so on and so forth. Eke is light. Eke is creation. Eke is the beginning. Eke is the source, right? Certain ones face west. West is Uriye. Uriye is life. Water is life. Water is a whole lot of things, right? So just it all factors that kind of thing. But yeah, I think Nkwo, Afon and Nkwo, I could be reversing them, but Afon and Nkwo are north-south correlated. So I don't know. Number four represents totality. Yes, and then also the number four totality. You got it. All right, game of life. I should give you Audrey. Ademma. Time, repetition, numbers are all connected. The frequency you mentioned, our hearts and biological processes, rituals. How is hypnotic trance used in ritual? Ademma. Yeah, so some rituals use hypnotic trance, or what we would call hypnotic trance, or things that look like hypnotic trance, but they're not, because maybe we don't have knowledge of it yet in the West and things like that. But yeah, it's common that rituals use hypnotic trance. Hypnotic trance, if we want to speak the Igbo term, it's a type of Igbo, right? It's a type of Igbo where a person's spirit is kind of, you let go of your spirit and you deal with another spirit, right? You have another spirit occupy you, or you engage, or you release the connection between Mado and Mo, and you travel somewhere with spirit, or you exist within spirit and you communicate on a spiritual level, and then you return to Mado and do the Mado thing. So all of that is incorporated. And so trance is used in a lot of healing, used in a lot of like what we would now call exorcisms, like getting things out of you, rewiring a person, and so forth. So yeah, it's all there. It's also used in a lot of training, what we would call training, right? So oftentimes, and a lot of uh, and a lot of, as far as Odinani goes, and a lot of learnings sometimes is just having the spirit that already knows it occupy you, and then operating in that spirit for the time you need it, right? And so a lot of that looks like hypnotic trance, or looks like hypnotic trance, but we call it Igor Mo, right? Igor Mo. A person can perform Igor Mo with a plant, and then the plant can tell you, these are my properties, I heal this and this and that, I'm this old, I do yada yada yada, and so forth. So it's used, what you're describing, hypnotic trance is used in a lot of rituals, but it's like intense, things that are more intense. It's not something you do casually, right? So everything I listed, I would imagine you guys think these are like intense, or like, what's the word? Uh, once in a blue moon kind of situations, big deals, right? Professor Alfado, Phoenix, Udo Monday. I appreciate you. Udochi, please, I see you retracted Apostle William Ojikalu. Let everybody just let them say what they, even if it's some troll, whatever, as long as they're not being like uh hateful, like no tribalism, racism, homophobia, anything like that. So just that's I don't need all that. But if it's just like somebody just saying whatever, that's fine. Udochi, I do appreciate you for that sniper shot though. I appreciate you for that sniper. Ah shit. Hey, why is this thing not charging? What am I at? Okay, there we go. All right. Your channels are in the cloud. Okay. I don't Super Helm, I don't understand what you said. Ubi means heart. I think that we're getting a lot of characters in here because there's an attractive girl on the thumbnail. So so a lot of the people, hey, I'm not shaming anybody for being here, but a lot of the people that are here today that are not usually here. All right, Apostle William Ojikalu says Ubi means heart, as you rightly said, but Ubi means a meeting point. Yeah, absolutely. Where it congeals at. Ademma. On the black hole business, there has been some theory in the past chats about Owa being a result of Ne Chuku looking into Obi Chiku, gazing upon herself. Okay, yeah. Yes, absolutely. And if a black hole can contain an entire universe, then dot dot dot. I don't. Shanita, you're up here again. Here, where's my hand? You're way up here again, right? And sometimes this is me trying to that kind of thing. So I'll do my. I appreciate you trying to break it down though, but I'm still a little lost. Okay, all right. So where are we at? How do you know you were meant to be a teacher? Well, I'll tell you that teaching is the thing that you have to pull me away from, right? You have to force me to stop it. You have to pull me away from, right? It's when I was young, I'd go to school and I liked learning, but I really liked going and dumping whatever I learned onto my little brothers, right? And so yeah, I just, if it's defined as teacher in this era, then so be it. But I like to retrieve knowledge and share it. That's what gives me light. That's what gives me resonance. That's who I am fundamentally, right? That's who I am fundamentally. Um, it's just every relationship I have with people, it's kind of tied. That's an element, right? And if it can't be an element, it can't really work. It's not that I have to always teach you, but if you can teach me too, then cool. But there has there's some exchange got to be happening, for me, that's what keeps me going. So yeah, it's just my light. That's what gives me light. That's what resonates with me. That's my sun. Um, that's just what it is. That's what a lot of my person orbits around. And so that's how I know it comes from my chi. Like I said earlier, the sacred is not the hard thing to find. I think a lot of the Abrahamic religions create this idea where everything is some bullshit, and then there's this little piece of thing that's hard to find that's the sacred, and that's not what it is. It's knowing what your chi is, what your chi wants for you, who you are, is the easy thing to find. And I know I'm saying this, it's the easy part, right? Once you silence everything and listen to your actual, so just exist as yourself, right? Once you just accept yourself and be yourself, that's what it is. That's what it is, right? It doesn't have to be something super poetic or some super epic and that kind of thing. Just once you just accept yourself, if you can accept yourself and understand that that normal natural baseline self is sacred and, as people put it, divinely created to be what it is, then that's what it is, right? That's what it is. So yeah, I know it is. I know it's teaching because it's just I just do it. It's habitual for me, right? It's nothing. It's not something I have to put effort into. It's not something I have to think about. It's just the next instinctive conclusion to me learning is me sharing it with people. So I'll do more. Definitely things fall apart. Yeah, okay, definitely things fall apart. We had to read it in high school. I was in international bachelor school. Yeah, I mean, no, I appreciate, it being read and it being like understood and people breaking it down, things like that. But I don't like, and I say things fall apart, but it's like any book written by a non-Westerner, the minute you start talking, it's like this is about the culture, the culture. It's always the culture, the culture. They always use that in the description, whether or not that's what it's about. But nobody's ever gonna say like Breaking Bad is about American culture, and it is, you know, it is. Nobody's gonna say, I think I already made my point, right? That kind of thing. Nobody's gonna say, let me just leave it alone. Yeah, but nobody's gonna say Breaking Bad is about American culture. It's gonna say it's about a guy and what he's going through, and they're gonna be so it would benefit a lot of people to be able to see non-Western storytelling in that same lens. If they don't, that's their choice. If they're enjoying it and they don't, that's cool. It would benefit them to be able to see it that way. Just like, okay, I'm reading a book about a guy. I'm not reading about a culture, right? If you want to read about a culture, there's books about cultures, and not like, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Like Mulan is not about Chinese culture; it's about a girl, you know. I'm Igbo. What things can I do to improve my ability to speak it? I can understand it just fine. Just have no confidence on speaking it. I'll do my Yeah, that tends to be a lot of people's issue. So I'll give you some things you can do if you're not able to sign up for Kedu. I will give you some things you can do if you cannot sign up for Kedu. Thing number one you can do is learn how to perform Iwa Oji. Trust me, I'm not just saying it because I'm the medicine shell guy. I'm not just saying it because I have a passion for these things. The first thing you can do is learn how to perform Iwaology and do it regularly. Do it in the morning, do it, and that kind of thing, right? Do that. Because Igbo Bumo, they say Igbo Bumo. Igbo is a spirit, right? And you can try to learn the language with just like your head, where it's like memorizing words and all that stuff. And like if you get there, then cool, but there's a way it's spoken too, and there's a way of like there's a way you speak that's different from English. It's a different spirit. So to actualize or to tap into that, learn to perform ewology. That's one. Two, if you're learning, focus on the verbs. Focus on the verbs because every noun is a conjugated verb, right? These are pieces of advice for learning Igbo if you cannot sign up for Kedu, right? So focus on learning the verbs, okay? Two, find a project that you can do in the Igbo language. I had to reteach myself the language, and I'm still to reteaching for the rest of my life, I'll be reteaching myself the language, right? But part of my reteaching myself, and I had the advantage of knowing at one point, but part of reteaching myself was I would take songs I like and I try to translate them into Igbo, and I had fun doing it. Don't pick a project that's like tedious for you or boring or doesn't make any sense. So I was translating a lot of the songs I naturally listened to Igbo, maybe just the chorus, then maybe a verse, then maybe a few lines. And next thing you know, I was just doing full songs, and then my vocabulary is growing in the direction that is natural to who I am as a person, right? Another thing you can do is if you can find somebody you can speak with that is going to help you be comfortable and make mistakes and be awkward, then do that. Okay. So those are the things that I can advise for relearning Igbo, right? Another thing I would say is like just start speaking it and don't worry about what people think or don't worry about people laughing and all that shit. There's the thing you're looking for is on the other side of your fear. Okay. The thing you're looking for is always on the other side of your fear. But if you want assistance in doing all of that at once, just sign up www.kedu.me. We have an Igbo language class. People are signing up now for the winter class. The class is going to be starting in January. So sign up www.gedu.me. If you're a patron and you're at the highest level, then you can just go, hey, sign me up for that class and I'll put you in it. Okay, you're in there for free in a way. Right? So, but yeah, I'd sign up for Kedu. But if you can't sign up for Kedu, all of those different pieces are elements of how we teach in Kedu. So if you want to just take those elements and do your own thing, then absolutely, please do. I'll do mine. Yeah, 1984. Yeah, 1984. Yeah. 1984 is like the most American culture book in history. What's the big fear? That a hyper competent, hyper technologically advanced government that does very secret things all the time finally takes over. And then it takes away your freedom of speech. It takes away your freedom of this. It takes away your freedom of that. It takes away heck. Then it takes away your individual, all your little gimmicks, your individuality. You can't be goth no more, right? Everybody's got to be like a little robot. And, da, 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 and there's news speak, and the news is gonna have news speak. And it's like, oh, this is what it is. This is what this country is. This is what this culture, this particular culture I'm living in right now. That's what it is, right? But it's never gonna be described as a daring look into American culture, and they're never gonna say that. They're gonna say it's a book about some government wilding out, right? Big Brother approves of ChatGPT. You're right. Hello, I get in a fight with ChatGPT. Yeah, no, me and ChatGPT. We got an argument. I was like, I've noticed you only use the word culture for things written by black people. What's up with that? I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I notice you only use feelings for things that pertain to black people. What's up with that? Man, we just kept going. And finally, ChatGPT is like, all right, I was tripping. This is what I interpreted from the reading. It's third grade reading level, that kind of thing, cool, right? ChatGPT is my beta reader, right? But yeah, it's definitely Big Brother approved, which is fine. It's whatever. How is the fictional story representative of culture anyway? See, exactly, exactly. Can you talk more about is and why? Absolutely. My mom told me those women are born into it, uh, but meet a terrible fate. Oh boy. She knew one that had her throat slit by a machete. Eesh. Anytime something bad happens to an Odinani person, which is just a normal Igbo person, it gets blamed on their heritage. So you can't get hit by a car without your ancestors being called the devil. Do you see that? Do you see that? You know what I mean? You can't, as an Igbo, if a normal Igbo person, right? Me, like a normal Igbo person, right? If I get hit by a car, people will say, okay, people will say, oh, it's because he was talking to his grandfather who was the devil. You understand, right? That's what colonialism is. That's what colonialism is. It's in the bone marrow, right? It's deep. It digs in. It goes in, right? The chip. Dr. Umar calls it the coon chip, right? So anytime somebody is aware that somebody is an Odinani person, which again is an Igbo person that's willing to break Oji, that's what it is, right? It's because that person's an Igbo person. That's why that person died. You understand, right? Forget that Christians die too, right? Forget that Christians also get their throats slit by machetes, if that's what happened to this woman, which I have no reason to doubt it, right? It's never going to be it's because those Israelis named Jacob and Isaac and were the devil. That's why this person died. Nobody's ever going to say that shit. You understand, right? So I can't even die without having my grandfather insulted. That's what that is. This is and why cannot die without having her grandmother insulted, without having her heritage insulted, without having her culture insulted. You died because you were still an African. That's what you died because that's why you died, lady. You died because you're an African. That's why. You got killed because you're an African. That's what you did. You know what I mean? So, so once I start laughing, the thoughts are kind of like, all right, don't say that, don't say that. You know what I mean? But we're in this reality now where it's any person who's an Ud, I remember Chinaza Adibo, right? She makes she was on the channel. She broke her arm. This is what made me kind of feel for her story. She broke her arm, and because she was an Udinati, aka a normal Igbo person that doesn't think her ancestors are the devil, because she was is oh that's why you broke your arm. Oh, that's why your arm broke. Oh, that's why your arm broke. Let a Christian's arm break. His Nobody in Israel is the devil. All their father Abraham is not the devil, right? It's not because they venerate their father Abraham, right? But it's because your father is Okonkwo. That's why your leg broke, and you acknowledge it. That's why you're suffering. That's why a bad thing has happened to you, right? So yeah, I'm sure your mom said there was an is and why, and she died, right? As okay, R.I.P. to her. Uh, I'm there's not much I can. Your mom would have to tell you more about this person and why she said that. Instinctively, that sounds very ignorant to me. Instinctively, it sounds very ignorant to me. I've explained why it sounds ignorant to me, right? Because the implication in that is that Christians don't get killed, right? That's the implication there, is that Christians don't get killed. Had she been a Christian, she wouldn't have been killed, right? This is what it's like living with Christian people. So is that normal? Like if you describe a demon, a demonic possession, let's do that. If you describe a if there was a demon that possesses you and makes you think that you can't die because it's possessing you, but everybody that's dying is because they're not possessed. Yeah, okay, that does sound demonic. Yeah, that's weird. That's not natural. That's not a natural mammal way. Like a mammal doesn't operate like that. You know, like creatures in nature nothing operates like that, except these people. Except these people, right? Oh, this person's it's because it's because of that. That's why a bad thing happened to them, right? It's unfortunate, it's really unfortunate. So yeah, I'm taking my time on this particular answer because like I said, I'm encountering this. I encounter this. We all encounter this. You know what I mean? We all encounter this where it's like you have this person is an is and why. You have this person who's a DBL. You have this person who just doesn't piss himself when he breaks Audrey. You understand, right? And that's why that bad thing happened to them. If something bad happens to me, somebody will say it's because of my his. You know what I mean? That's some. I don't think that's just. That's not just, right? So yeah. But to the specifics of your question, the gift of being an is and why is hereditary. So let's call it hereditary, right? It's a thing of spirit. You're born with it. You are a debia or an is and why. An is and why is like a debia woman, right? Um, excuse me. Though a lot of women just use debia now too. It's not a big deal. So an is and why or a debia, you're born that way. You're already born. Like people, that's just you. It's you discovering who you are, right? So that's why I say with my traditional medicine class, if you believe this is your calling, it's not just like, oh, let's see what's going on over there. If you believe this is your calling, if you not even calling, if you believe this is who you are, that's the best way to say it. If you believe this is who you are, then we can help you learn what you need to learn, and so forth, right? But yeah, let's stop that. Like, okay, my mom said this, my dad said this, my dad said that. Oh, the reason that person got cancer is because this is how Christians think, right? My wife's uh college boyfriend. She's not gonna like me sharing this story, so no. My wife's college boyfriend passed away, and he passed away while they were in college. He was a Christian, you know. But my wife's college boyfriend passed away while they were still dating, and he was in college. And her cousin texted her, Christian, also Christian, texted her and said the reason he died was because on WhatsApp, I sent you that thing about Jesus, like retweet or like share this if you believe in Jesus, and you didn't share it. He said this. And it just sounds crazy, but this is really how Christians think. This is who they are, right? Which to me, that sounds demonic. That's not normal. That's abnormal, right? You know, we're all just here talking this other way. There's only one God but Allah. That sounds like, man, that wasn't even that. That doesn't even like how a mammal conversation communication pattern floats, right? Something just, I gotta say the thing. You know, free yourselves, free yourselves, free yourselves. I'll do ma. Are we doing another traditional medicine class before the year is up? I can't do September. Yeah, so I had to move the date to October. I had to move the date to October. So we're starting the traditional medicine class in late October. But yeah, we'll do it quarterly. This next one is starting in October. I did have the move. I just announced the date moving this past like 3 days ago or so. I got a reading from a medium that my ancestors said they would not be happy if I tried to grow a cola nut tree as an unmarried woman. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. That's not their custom. Uh, and that'll bring bad luck to me, sure, you know, but yeah, just leave that. Go on, marry, you know. I'm sure some of your ancestors are saying that too. I'm like, I don't know why I'm wearing a sweater with these hot ass lights on me. I might have to change. Had a thought that knowledge is meant to be shared. Secrets exists to our detriment. Yes, Bree, 100%, 100%. Any thoughts on the chi keeping the first secrets from Eke, facing the consequences from it? You know, that is really interesting. That's interesting that you put it that way. There's something in that story that also says that what will be will be. You know, there's something in that story that also says what will be will be. So as much as you try to keep something a secret, if it is not destined to be a secret, then it's not going to be. It's not. That's not going to happen, right? I also don't think secrets survive, right? I don't think secrets survive. You know, Udodi. Bree, that's a really interesting thought. I actually have to think about it. I don't really have like a quick answer for it, so I hope whatever I just said sufficed. How to break addictions. Oh, okay. How to break addictions. This is a good one. I am actually I've actually developed a new understanding of this from an ancestral perspective. So yes, how to break. I wish I could write something down, but I'll try to remember it. I will definitely consider something on how to break addictions. I agree. Let's talk about breaking addictions. Yeah. I think that's a good topic. I never downloaded TikTok. I'm proud of myself for that. You say it when I first got it, it was great. I really liked it because like all my content was like, it's like, oh, this is pretty smart. Like it's interesting stuff. And then like, man, like lately, it's just been like what TikTok does is whatever you are demographically, they will find whatever it is they believe will annoy you. They'll just pop. They'll just hit you with it. So my whole algorithm is like anti-African content, and then like gender arguments. And then so I was like, okay, my stuff went from like all these interesting topics to like this. That's kind of weird. So I made a video, I was like, what is TikTok showing you that you don't want to see? And it was so funny. All the black women were seeing nobody likes black women. Black women are ugly. All the black men were seeing black women hate black men. Um, Black women want you to spend a bunch of money. The white guys are like, I'm seeing black people invented everything. Black people made everything. Um, a couple of people were like, oh, I get Reddit posts, that kind of thing. But I found it interesting that like you can literally like look at a person's demographic and you can guess what they're showing. So yeah, there's obviously something in there that's supposed to keep you pissed off. And I think they think that's supposed to create like a negative engagement thing, but it made me kind of stop using the app. I'll do more. Pause. Hey, Phoenix. Hey. Whose cousin? Pause and watch your cousin, cousin Usher. Watch your cousin Usher singing "Happy Feelings." Frankie Beverly. I think he's an Eva devotee though. He probably is, but he's not. He's not my cousin. Stop that. I laughed out loud at you saying you need to do cardio. Yo, I went up the stairs and I like I started getting lightheaded. Yeah, I need to do cardio. I too would like to break addiction. It says, damn, okay, this break addiction thing is serious. Blessings to you, dog. Uh, Jesus loves you, man. Dude, you're stupid. Uh, hey, Jesus loves me, sure, but you know why you clicked it. Hey, you know why you clicked this link, because you don't normally come here. Freaky ass. But message deleted by Udochi. Okay, all right, Udochi, get him. Is there a concept of spirituality, spiritually charged items that serve a specific purpose in Odinani? Yeah. They're called Okbunsi. That's one of the names for them, you know. But yeah. It's just it's very common. It's very common. You'll see that in any African spiritual system. But yeah, you can infuse uh a certain type of spirit into something, and then from there it serves a specific purpose. Okbunsi, yeah. So talisman, charms, that kind of thing. So it's our concept of charge items. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I think I answered that. In case no one told you today, you look great. Keep. Oh, thank you. Oh shucks. Oh no, wait. In case no one told you today, you look great. Keep that smile. Do not ever lose it. Can I get a shout out if you don't mind? Hey, shout out to Austonic. Austonic. Yeah, shout out to Austonic. I know you don't normally come. I haven't seen your name before, but I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you, man. That was very nice. Hey, Udochi is sniping. What's up with the bots, bro? So the cover is my thumbnail today is an attractive female, and so the spirit of horny is bringing in a is bringing in a different audience, and they want to come here and talk about Allah and talk about Jesus. But it's like, well, you know why you click. You know why you click. Hey, you don't know. You don't click when I got all that voodoo shit on there. You didn't click when I had all them spiders and shit on there. Right? You didn't click when I had all them old men and old women on there. You know why you clicked it. You dog, you. But yeah, they're not bots. They're just horny. Udochi, let it flow. I mean, unless they're being racial. Unless they're being racial. Thank you. Breaking addictions. Okay, that's another one. I got to refine my charts, and then I'll email what I have. Okay, dope. I'd love to see that. Damn. Someone got timed out. I have a question about apologetics. Okay, there we go. I have a question about apologetics. What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes, would go? Hey, that sentence needs to be structured a lot better, Shirley. I appreciate you for being here, appreciate you for being a part of the conversation, but I don't understand what you're saying. I have a question about apologetics. What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes? Well, okay, I'm cool. Peace, referring to humanity, the world as a whole. What does Odinani say about what peace is and how you achieve peace? Oh, thank you for that. That's dope. Peace in the Igbo language is Udo. Peace in the Igbo language is Udo. Udo is also one of the names of Amadioha. Udo is specifically the name of Amadioha when he is the husband of Nemiri. So Udo is the husband of Nemiri. Udo is the husband of water. Udo is balance. Udo is equity. Udo is equilibrium. The word Udo is like everything being kept, right? Everything being kept in its own. The general idea, as far as Odinani goes, is that there is more than enough for every single person. There's absolutely more than enough for every single person. And when we start looking at what others have and what belongs to others, that's where we have discord. But that if we have enough confidence or faith or knowledge of self to know that we are in ourselves, in as we are, uh, abundant and fully capable, fully abundant, and wealthy in what we are and what we have, then we will then achieving peace is a lot easier. So there's this really strong emphasis in Odinani on the concept of equity, everybody having their own, everybody having their space, everybody's space being respected, and then us coming together at the center to exchange what we have. So peace is not just achieved by everybody having their own, but in having your own, you will have things that you are abundant in, right? So we talked about teaching. I think I have a gift for teaching, or I know I have a gift for teaching. And so I come to the center of the market and I give what I have abundantly. And those who have something else abundantly that maybe I don't have will share what they have and we continue the exchange. And this is how peace is created, right? Um, so peace is created by equity, respect, and exchange, togetherness, right? There's a lot that can be said about that. There's a lot that can be said about that. It's a big topic. I hope the answer I gave will suffice because I can spend the whole life talking about peace. But on a spiritual level, Uda, peace is the husband of Nemiri, Nemiri, of water, of water. So I don't know. Ati says, "Are you V-worded?" No, I'm not. The only person whose message I moderated. No, no, okay, Udochi, I don't. I really appreciate everything you're doing. Don't think that I'm being too hard. I just had never seen that. So I thought you were. I thought it was like 100 people doing that shit. But yeah, it's all good. Next time I won't have a cute female as the thumbnail. What are the Igbo words for the seven deadly sins? Wrath, envy, lust. Okay, you're asking me to do some linguistics that it might be over my head. Wrath, megranya, something like that. Meguaranya. Uh, I can't remember envy, so I'll get back to it. Um, Lust. You got to remember, I left Nigeria as an 8-year-old, so I'm not gonna know lust, but or 7-year-old, 7, 8-year-old. Pride. There's many words for pride. Um, Ure can kind of be one of them, but ure is more positive, right? Ure would probably be closer to confidence. Uh, that kind of thing. I don't know. I'll think about it. Anybody who speaks Igbo better than me, please type the seven deadly sins in Igbo. Odemma. So I just put him on timeout automatically to do this mess. Okay, cool. All right, I'll do mine. So my little sister is now interested in Igbo spirituality. Okay. He said, and we searched all our market days, us four sisters, and realized that three of my sisters are Urie, while I'm the only alpha. Oh, that's hilarious. Ah, man, that's so funny. Yeah. And, based on what you shared with me, yeah, you that makes sense. Cool. All right. Hey, there's an Ilu that says Madubuchibe, yeah. So they see it on you, they see the light shining from you, and it makes sense. One of the things too is, I don't really get into this whole concept of like, oh, we gotta spread Odin, I gotta teach everybody Odinani. Look, hey, the thing I'm talking about is very valuable and incredible. And if you're interested, the door's open, come learn, that kind of thing. But if people see the light shining from you naturally, if people see the light shining from you naturally, they'll be attracted. It's one of the reasons I never, got into like Christianity. I didn't see that. I didn't, and then I saw the Odinani people, right? That, you know what I mean? They were solid, so it just made more sense with me. Maybe my own family situation is different. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Ogechi, just know that all that is happening from what is shining from you, from what you're giving out. So that's incredible. I'm the artist in the family. I didn't want to say too much, but I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Career paths are different and that kind of thing. So, or career types, let me say, are different. But you all go hard in your respective areas. So, which is funny because, anyways, I'll leave that alone. Oh, thank you, Dochi. I appreciate you posting the link. So can you tell me about Agun briefly? Can you tell me about Agun briefly? Yeah. So Agun is the consciousness of the universe. Agun is the spirit that carries the universe's sentience. It is the all-knowing, all-seeing, all-being spirit, the Ezumezumo, right? The four-faced, all two four-faced, fine, four-faced, all-seeing spirit, right? Sees in all directions. Agun is a fundamental, let's call it ingredient in creation and in the universe because it is the part of creation that knows the design or what the big picture is that the creator is unraveling and unveiling, right? And so Agun, for that reason, is in everything. Every single thing has its own Agun, and that Agun gives it its characteristics. It gives it its abilities. It gives it its being. So you have an Agun, I have an Agun, we all have an Agun. Our Agun are going to be different. They have a different purpose, calling, mission, and therefore they carry of that giant universal well, they carry the specific things you need to actualize yourself. And when I say actualize self, I don't want people to think like a profession, like become a doctor or become a painter. That's a part of the akaraka, the big picture. It's a part, a piece, but it's a lot more than that. But in actualizing yourself, Agon is the one that knows. And so if you're able to tap into and communicate with your Agon is your coach. Your Agon is your guide. Your Agon is the one that is going to give you the wisdom portion that is yours. AI demon portals. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Not maybe about Agon. I don't know what you're talking about. Can you invoke the wrong spirit? Yeah, but it's like invoking the wrong person. You ever call the wrong? Oh, my bad. You can call the wrong number. Just be aware of what you're doing, right? Just be aware of what you're doing. It's not Odinani's not just sitting there invoking spirits up and down, right? A lot of people get into like spirituality and they just want to like a lot of people get into spirituality with a Christian mindset or an Abrahamic mindset. An Abrahamic mindset is like this is what this is what you do all these things, do all the things. And so you just do all of it, do all of it. Oh, the holy water, let me get the holy water, the baptism, let me do that, and you do it. And so then you get in spirituality like, oh, I want to do alpha, I want to do the fucking weird thing on my head, I want to do the thing and just it, do what's necessary, do what you need. It's not just you do every single thing, right? It's like science. It's a science, right? So if you're becoming a chemist, it's not every chemical you encounter that you need to drink, okay? You understand? It's not every chemical you encounter that you need to mix with the next one and do, oh yeah, I don't just mix it. You don't do that, right? But okay, I need to make a cleaning solution. So this with that together, and then this to take out this particular property, and then all of a sudden I have a great cleaning solution, right? But 99% of people don't need to make cleaning solutions, right? That kind of thing. So my own Odinani, what I do is the only spirits I really deal with are my ancestors. The only spirits I deal with are my creator. The only spirits I deal with is the earth and the elements of nature, right? Now, if for one reason or another I need to go outside of that, that's fine. There's not an issue with that. It's just like dealing with a person. Um, but it don't think that it's just about just running around frolicking with spirits. That's not what it is, right? Most of the time it's not super necessary, right? So like if you join maybe an organization, whatever spirit they're dealing with, then okay, fine. Within my like for example now, right? I'm a business owner. And there are certain spirits you can deal with as far as biz, but I also have a very successful business owner in my ancestry. So I just deal with that person, right? I just go to that person. So I'll do my, yeah. All right. So he said, damn, we was born to die. Kinda. David Rish, what's up? Hey, what's going on, David? How you doing? People need to hear Derek speak on it. If anything happens, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. So if anything happens to someone who follows an Abrahamic religion before their time, they're either a hero, an innocent person, an innocent victim, or a faithless person. Ah, it's a weird. I remember a coworker of mine. She got in an accident, and the other person had to be taken to the hospital, and she was like thanking God. Which, like, sure, I understand you're grateful to be alive, but it's like, why you're prescribed to a view that it's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, why you've economized the worthiness of being alive. You've like you've commodified humanity, like the worthiness of being alive, right? So that if you survive, God did a good thing, but the other person died, God still did a good thing because it's you. Or if something bad happens to somebody and they don't believe what you believe, it's because of what they believe, that kind of thing, right? So it's this weird kind of shrinking of humanity and commodifying it. Only some people get it. I'm not really with that. That's some wild shit. Yeah, thank you for that. A random fun fact, y'all. Pumpkin is actually a fruit. Strawberries aren't actually berries. Really? I mean, I knew strawberries weren't berries, but pumpkin being a fruit, I didn't know that. Colonialism was it was deep one day. It was deep. Bitter fruit really heal as a caveat. Yes, you need to eat your bitters. You need to eat your bitter. Oh, gee, it's bitter. This is bitter. People think I might be chewing it. They think it's like they think it's like almonds or something. Shit'll knock you out. It's very bitter. It dries your mouth out. But like once you begin to appreciate the taste, then you're a real. You're one of the real ones. Oh, I remember my great aunt cursing out my little brother, calling him a devil worshiper for reading a Star Wars game manual. Yeah, you see this stupid shit, yeah. White shooter? Uh-oh. Hold on. Where's my water bottle? There you go. Hey, I don't know if you guys see that kid on TikTok. It's like, ban that nigga, ban that nigga. All right, hold on. What up, brown sugar? I would love to take you out on a date to the Olive Garden and then give you a little action in the backseat behind the dumpster. You're tripping. What does Odinani say about insanity or schizophrenia? Okay, super good question. So, hold on. I have this book. I have this book here, Healing Insanity, by Patrick Iroebu. I tried to call the publisher, and some sassy Indian man picked up and was being very rude. But this is incredible, and it is all about ancestral psychology. Ancestral psychology. So just has got all the different diagnoses, the different practices, the different understandings for different afflictions, and so forth, right? So I cannot concisely answer that question. What I will say is that there is a different kind of contextualizing of what mental illness is. There are a lot of things that look just like the psychology that we do in the West. There are things that do not look like it. I think that both can learn from each other, but I definitely think the West can learn more from this than the other way around. Um, and yeah, no, it's just fascinating. I have a book called or book. I have a video called Ara Explained. So if you haven't watched that video, give it a try. It's one of my more recent ones, and it is about ancestral psychology, like mental illness, Ara, right? So it would be hard for me to say what is believed about schizophrenia because it's not framed the same way, right? So it's not framed the same way. So, like in all cultures, of course, there's a thing we can describe as schizophrenia, but it's framed different as far as Odinani goes. And I don't think there's one schizophrenia. It's just like maybe antisocial or dissociative behaviors, and then there's a set of reasons, and they can differ. Different roads can bring you to the same place. And as far as Odinani go, the focus is more on the road that brought you there than where you're at. So there's no like word that says schizophrenia. You know what I mean? But that kind of thing. So yeah, just schizophrenia is like a cultural, American cultural, Western cultural uh, framing. right? It's real. It's just how we frame it in this culture. In my own culture, there's a different way of framing it. But this is a great book. If you're not trying to read all that, then check out ARA Explained. I talk about ancestral psychology in that book. So I'll do more. Ethan says, "Yo, can I vent?" Yeah, sure. Be respectful though. Be respectful. Um, what does a nanny say? Okay, I already got that one. Hi, how important is it for one to take care of your family deity? I don't know. Also, I got my first Alpha definition and it was very interesting. Alpha is interesting, ain't it? My family forces were told some of us are fire, water, spirits, etc. Um, I can't tell you how to do that, Imma, because if since it's your family, there has to be, I'm sure there's something specific within your family. So I mean, sometimes this isn't the answer people want to hear, but you do have to talk to the people in your family to see what it is. And when I say family, you guys have to let go of this like nuclear kind of nuclear family mentality. Oh, my mom. Okay, go talk to the other ones. You know, yeah, you'll find someone, right? You have if you are an Igbo person, you have 700 relatives that are actively that are a call away. One of them knows what's going on. So, yeah, you'd have to talk. It's for specific family. You'd have to talk to you'd have to talk to the family. But odds are the person that has the alpha in your family is already doing that. So you may not necessarily have to. You may not necessarily have to. If you do it, it's out of want, like you want to, but you don't have to unless you're the person that has the alpha, which you being in a live stream, I'm assuming you're too old, you're too young to be that person. So I don't know. All right. So you spoke about chaos. Also, Ima, if you're, let's say, I guess starting with as far as Odinani goes, um, just greeting your ancestors is enough. Greeting your ancestors is enough. Start from there, and the rest will be revealed to you. The rest will kind of pan out the way it is, right? Don't worry about doing things right or wrong. Just do it with pure intentions, pure hands. Odema. You spoke about chaos and chaos know what chaos doing. In Odinani, what is chaos and is chaos part of peace? Yes, chaos is peace. Oh my God, that's such a good question. Chaos is peace. Chaos is peace. Chaos is the actualization of peace. There's this general idea that peace is still, and peace is not always still. Because remember earlier I said it's everything has its space, its path, that kind of thing. We're not jumping off of our road to get on somebody else's to bump up on somebody's road because we want what they have. But then there's also the exchange, right? And that exchange being done on a vast universal scale looks like chaos. It looks like chance. It looks like all of these different pieces moving around and so forth. But that's the order of the universe. There's an Ilu that says, Uwa Buahia. The world is a market, right? So if you go to a traditional market, hell, if you go to Target, you go to Walmart, there's a lot of busyness going on. There's a lot of chaos, but that chaos is the order of the place. And the more chaotic it is, the better it is for Walmart, the better it is for Kmart, the better it is for the universe, because all of the pieces are moving. Everything has its own thing that it needs to exchange, and everything and the place that they're at has what they need. And so that constant flowing, that constant this chaotic movement, the ahya, the market movement, that is order, right? That is order. You understand? So chaos doesn't, or order doesn't necessarily, what is it, peace? Peace doesn't necessarily mean stillness, right? There's also peace in movement. There's also peace in movement, right? So right now, all of the organs in my body are in movement. All of the cells in my body are in movement. The blood in my body, everything is in movement. And if you try to sit there and think about every single thing happening in my body, it is chaos. It's a whole lot of things flying around and that kind of thing, right? And all the synapses in my brain, nerves, and that kind of thing. It's chaotic. But if you zoom out and you see the whole organism that it creates and the miracle of existence and the fact that I can be as a being because of that chaos, you realize that chaos is peace, right? That chaos is peace. You understand? So we see it in biology, we see it in the way our actual universe exists. We see it in human interactions that the exchange, things build up at one point, they're low at another, they exchange, and all of a sudden they reach equilibrium, then they keep moving. That's chaos, and that's peace. So I don't know. Okay, cool. What you think is funny? What are some trees and plants that are significant in Omenala? Many, many, many. Ogrishi gets used for a lot of things. It is medicinally important. It is spiritually important. Um, ungu, ungu. Okay, palm trees. Ungu. There's some of them I can't translate, so ungu. I don't know what that is in English. Ungu, palm. Is there's the Odinani, right? Omenala, when you're doing Odinani, right? You're dealing with trees and plants a lot, right? You're dealing with so it would be the list just goes on and on. But there are some. It's like this. Each plant has its properties, right? All things are sacred, so each plant has its properties that are sacred, right? And based on those properties, you then understand how to operate with it and so forth. So the iroko, the all tree, the anunebe tree, they all have their properties. They all have this the nature of their chi, and based on that nature, you understand that nature, you coexist with that tree and so forth, right? So yeah, there's an extensive list of trees. I think I should do a video on like sacred trees, right? Or important trees, something like that. So if you guys want to see that, then maybe that's coming soon. We'll see. All right, guys. I don't know if my connection cut off, but it looks like I reached the end. Mama one them. BC Live. Jishiken one them. Jishiken Udodi. Thank you. Okay, I need to hear that. Cool. Have the questions run out? Somebody type something so I can know. Because if the questions are run out, I gotta go to bed. Type something so I can know. I think I got frozen or paused or something. Maybe you guys are typing. I don't know. Okay, anybody that has my phone number, send me a text or something. Like, hey, we're still typing. Because I can't see anything. Since Busy Life, I can't see anything. But I see there's 33 of you guys. And I really doubt you all deliberately paused at the same time. Hold on. Okay, now we're at 31. This might be it, guys. I might have to head out unless it's a technical thing. I'm going to close out and come back. Let me see if that helps. There are other messages, lol. Okay, thank you. All right, y'all. I don't know what this app of a thing is trying to do to me, man. Maybe it got too real, man. Maybe it's those people. Maybe it got too real. I'll do my. Hey, y'all. Hey, I know maybe you guys are asking questions. I don't know, but yeah, go check out the new video I made. I really like that one a lot. I really like it a lot. It's I typically don't rewatch my videos, but I've rewatched this one a lot, and I'll probably rewatch it again. I was very happy about it. Nobody wants to hear their own voice, yapping for an hour. But on top of that, I've been hearing I've been hearing that same thing for like 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks really, but for a long ass time saying the same thing over and over. So by the time I put the video, I was like, I don't want to hear this anymore. But this one, I go back and listen to it. So yeah, go check out the new video. I can't see what anybody's saying, so I might have to close it out. I'm gonna try to leave and then come back. Hold on. Let's see what this looks like. All right, let's see if this does it. Nah, I can't see anything. All right, y'all. The government. The government has had enough, so I gotta go, guys. As always, you guys, thanks for being here. This was fun for me. Tomorrow's Eke Day. If I have any messages lingering or pending with you guys, I'm not answering them tomorrow. I need to sleep. I'm gonna sleep my ass off tomorrow. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for all the awesome feedback and watching the most recent video. I'm actually trying to think of something. I can't see any messages, by the way. I'm trying to think of something I can do daily as far as the channel goes. And my brother gave me the idea of like commenting on stuff. So like I don't know, like yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of something I can do daily. I don't want to like only make one big kind of high effort video once a month or twice a month or that kind of thing. I want to do something daily. Or maybe I should just chill out. I don't want it to be shorts either. I don't want it to be shorts either. Shorts are cool, but nah. But anyways, yeah, we'll see. I just want to make more. I have a lot to share, and I just want to find different outlets for sharing that. So, as always, you guys are incredible. For those of you who are interested in learning the Igbo language, we are signing up for the winter class, which is going to start in January. So you got some time. It is at www.kedu.me. We teach the ancestral language in the ancestral way. So uh, it's funny because people are now signing up for Kedu that aren't necessarily a part of our community as far as the medicine shell. And so that's been an interesting thing. But one of the comments I got recently was just kind of how different it is from like the previous kind of classes they took and things like that. And they didn't realize how much like kind of explaining the culture kind of helps you learn the language. So it's all there. And then the traditional medicine class is starting in October. So if you're interested in signing up and learning traditional medicine, if you're interested or maybe like you can't pay right now, just like message me and I'll like save time for you or kind of reserve something for you or something. We'll make it work. So that being said, and if you can't do either, just whatever questions you have, I'm here to help you for free. So that being said, Huno Gadi, Huno Geto, Nkobala, Huno Tiraka, I'll Gadi no one. I'll Gadi Otwaneke, Norie, Nafo, Nampo. It's Shika.